It's still super impressive, but can't realistically compare these runs. Dude, I've never been skating. Actually, I've been skating, but I can't skate. I suck at it. I've never been skiing or snowboarding, though. I've never done either of those things. I'm good, Iceman. How are you? Hi, Vampire. Yeah, there we go. I don't play hockey. I've never played hockey, actually. I'm a pretty false Canadian. I do enjoy maple syrup and poutine, though, or poutine, which I think is the proper way to say it. Anyone from Quebec can correct me on that. Hi, Onknor, an old man, hello. Hi, Pogo. I am an American spy. That was correct, thanks. What? The hell did I land on that killed me there? That was pretty awesome. Dude, rip. Actually, I think my bunny hopping's pretty weak. It should be a lot better. So it's definitely manual hopping. It's easy to tell by how sloppy it is most of the time. How old am I? However old you want me to be, baby. Wink. I totally poutined that landing there. Yeah, I did. Ah, come on. Push the damn thing. But I think if I knew what good Half-Life bunny hop maps were, I might give those a try, yeah. That'd probably be an enjoyable thing to do. I'd have to find some, though. Hi, Pogo. My last PB, I don't remember. It's always a good sign when you don't remember when your last PB was in anything. I'm trying to remember what my last PB was. I don't know. Your maple syrup is so damn good. Like the real stuff, straight from the trees. No, I still haven't gotten to Dark Souls PB in a while. My last Dark Souls PB was a long time ago. Poutine, cereal.
Nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue Darker Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstead, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike. Stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. Thereon, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, a beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
The man with the same code name as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support. It's been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no word to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff and an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry. This injection won't hurt a bit.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
Snake, listen up. It all went down 5 hours ago. Heavily armed soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote island off the coast of Alaska.
What soldiers?
Next generation special forces, led by members of Unit Foxhound. They presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapon disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Woo! What's up, man?
Here's the situation.
Yeah!
You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the Dark Exchange, Donald Andrews.
We are back.
And the president of
We are Venom.
They're both being held as hostages.
We're just heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
Woohoo! Oh yeah. We'll be starting shortly, brothers.
Colonel, I don't work for the government anymore. Let me go back to Twin Lakes.
Why, Snake? Is your life in Alaska all that great?
There's a dog sled race this week. Next Saturday, I have to be in Anchorage.
Get on. The longest sled race in the world? When did you become a dog musher?
Right now, my 50 huskies are my only family. I've got to take care of them.
Don't worry about your dogs.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Snake, but this vessel is headed for the Bering Sea. There's no room for debate.
I told you, even if I do owe you, I don't owe anything to this army or this country.
You will accept this assignment.
Why should I be stupid enough to do that? I'm no patriot.
Snake, there's enough dirt in your file from your days as an agent to keep you in the stockade until you're a very old man.
Oh, I see. Blackmail.
No, Snake. I prefer to look at it as helping you come to a decision more easily. But anyway, I know you better than that. You take this assignment even without the threat.
Why do you say that?
You're a natural-born soldier. You're not the grow old gracefully type. Same for all of us who've seen real action. The only place we can feel truly alive is on the battlefield. I'm a soldier too. I know those feelings of powerlessness, frustration that you feel every day. You've tried to play the Boy Scout out there in Alaska, but you can't race dogs in the snow forever. Why don't you come back to us and be a soldier again?
You think my life is some kind of a joke?
Snake, I just want to give you back your purpose in life.
Tell me about the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch?
Same as a torpedo, only this has no propulsion device of its own. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't worry. That suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yeah. We'll expect individual support.
Chief of DARPA and the president of an arms manufacturing company. What business do they have with a nuclear weapon disposal?
The truth is, secret exercises were being conducted at the time of terrorist group attacks.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were doing. Are they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Do we know exactly where they're being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a new transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile? They say they do. They even gave us a serial number of the warhead they plan to use.
What's the number confirmed?
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this terrorism?
Yes. And every nuclear warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a tower, which uses information.
How?
Information activated. The safety control system buildings are all nuclear weapon systems. And you can tell us, we can't let people.
Why not?
Because the sergeant keeps knows that separation. All the
Sup, Madra sama? よろしくお願いします。こんばんは。この次元もようこそ。あの次元は最後次元になると思う。地獄になるだから。それは一番の状況でしょ。
Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes which are responsible for making effective soldiers. Using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
Received another $5 donation from Soviet Union. Says, dog, fuck, am I glad this doesn't invade my airspace. You got out of dog. Thank you, Soviet dude. I'll never get out of your airspace. Much appreciated. One of the greatest soldiers ever.
The man called the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't think boss.
He's been working feverishly to identify the genes responsible for his incredible combat skill. So far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
His body was recovered after all. Yes, and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genomic information is a priceless treasure to mankind.
Priceless military, perhaps.
His body was burned severely, but it was possible to restore his DNA profile from just a single strand of his hair.
You people are amazing. And then you're going to transplant those genes into soldiers?
Yes. We'll use a process that I discovered called gene therapy. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training and experience. We now know that blood factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Snake, we We can't give it his body. It's potentially more dangerous than all the nuclear warheads on that island put together.
Here the terrorists are calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss.
The sons
I love
of
this
Big
song.
Boss.
I think it might be called Claire de Lune or something. Or Beethoven something, maybe Sonata. I don't even remember.
What's the time limit? 24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours. Do they say what the target will be? So far, they haven't mentioned the target. When did the countdown start? 5 hours ago.
Vox, I'm gonna use the restroom and then I'll start shortly. I'm almost done eating. And thank you for coming, bro. I really appreciate it. I know, it's so beautiful, right?
At this point, they're still video conferencing with each other. If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG? Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control, and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued. Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this? Yes. So is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency. DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this. They'll be sending us some support. We don't need death journeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist. Of course. The nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
Yes.
We need backup
Beautiful.
specialists.
Yeah.
I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons. I know.
Entrancing.
That's why I requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko. She'll be provided with backup by Kodak. You know analyst? She's built up an impressive record as an advisor to the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons. Where is she working from? At her home in Los Angeles. California. It seems like a million miles away. How well armed are these terrorists? I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted. They're heavily armed, I'm afraid. What about their battle experience? The 6 members of Foxhound in charge are all hardened veterans. They're tough enough to eat meals and ask for seconds. I wouldn't expect anything less from Foxhound. The others are next generation special forces. They're not your average drunks either. Tell me about these next-generation special forces. They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and a nuclear emergency search team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they? These guys didn't start out as regular army. Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries? Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, the military just bought out all their contracts. Outer heaven. After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special forces should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience. Video game players, huh?
Don't forget they've all been strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law.
Yes, but those are just declarations, not actual treaties.
The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack.
How could an entire unit be subverted to rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all seemed like fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers.
But they all took part in the uprising?
No, several people didn't show up on the day of the exercise. That's why there was a resupply of troops.
Was there any sign recently that something might be wrong?
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated. And besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
Even the existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We've been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound, your former unit, and one that I was a commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise. They're every bit as good as when I was commanding them.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mathis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter.
Looks like a lovely bunch of folks. Too bad we'll be meeting under these circumstances.
And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
Yes. And you're the only person who can stand against him.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake. The man with the same code name as you.
Tell me what you know.
He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there too, I believe. Didn't you infiltrate Western Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets?
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound.
I thought that by the time I left, they were no longer using code names.
I don't know his real name. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it. Here's a photo of him. Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise you two are exact duplicates.
I have a twin?
I don't know the details, but it seems so. That's why we really need you for this mission.
You're the only one who can beat him. Now that I've met you, I know. You've got something that he doesn't. I can see it in your eyes.
Why don't I find that thought more comforting? Colonel, you're retired. Why are you involved in this?
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that really the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
What was your niece doing here?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt. And my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War. Since then, I've been watching after her.
Personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
Since when are we friends?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar.
With my personality, I don't have too many friends.
That's what I trust about you. It's what makes you human. Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
All right. But I have two conditions.
Name them.
One, no more secrets between us. I want complete disclosure at all times. And two, I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing.
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel. That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
Make no mistake, I'm not a nurse. I'm a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines.
Not just one kind, either. There are different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some neurotropics in there.
Say what?
Neurotropics. A class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes, Ventagine. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines will also keep your Codex batteries charged up.
I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
Nanomachines, son. Nanomachines. I'm not some
I need
goat
to borrow
leader
your
here.
scissors.
What are you going to do?
Don't worry, I'm just gonna clean myself up a little.
Huh?
I don't want to be mistaken for the leader of the terrorists.
Nanomachines, son. Nanomachines. You still there, brother? You know you love that game like I do. Sick with my brother, man. Almost done with this. We're having some wee bit of whiskey in this house. It's well, mate. A wee bit of whiskey in this house is well, mate. I am, I'm sure. Hell yeah.
me through here. I don't. I'm going to slot down a couple of balls in the front.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
What was that doing? I'm like a minute away from me down this pasta to get my mouth full. My shotgun code brethren.
Thanks for the resub, Andy. Much appreciated.
Leningrad.
move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful.
Woo!
If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle up there.
Anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see.
Oh.
I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly behind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice. I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
No, I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarette? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Genoman, thank you for the $20 donation. Much appreciated.
This is Nastasha Romanenko. A pleasure to work with you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want. I am also a military analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are serious about launching a nuclear weapon? The world cannot stand by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake. The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Seattle Moses Island was built at the beginning of this century. It was made only to temporarily store the nuclear warheads.
Why? If they wanted to dispose of them, why wouldn't they just dismantle them right away?
They cannot do that. You see, when you dismantle a warhead, you still have nuclear materials that must be stored. At this point, all of the nuclear material storage facilities are way past capacity. But they could not stop dismantling weapons while at the same time pushing Start 2.
So you're telling me that this base was built so they could temporarily avoid being in conflict with Start 2?
Most people think that we live in a safer world now. But with all the dismantled nuclear weapons and waste around, the threat of nuclear terrorism has increased tremendously.
It's ironic, isn't it?
Thank you, Double Chocolate Chip. Much appreciated. I want to look for a specific call here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it.
Snake, your mission is to infiltrate, not to fight. Don't let the enemy see you. First, you gotta rescue the DARPA chief. Infiltrate the building in front. Look for some way to get in. Snake, your mission... Snake.
Surveillance camera?
What's up, Snake? Snake, remember what the Gauls said. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. Snake, you're all alone and surrounded by bad guys. Try to be careful and avoid getting into a fight whenever you can.
You're right. Wow, you know all sorts of great quotes, don't you?
Well, both my parents are from Guangdong, China, but I was born and raised in America. I've always liked reading literature from both sides. Kinda keeps me in touch. I'll share some more quotes with you if you like.
I'm looking forward to it. But to tell you the truth, I'd like to learn more about you.
Well, I'll think about it.
Shy Smile, thank you. Happy anniversary.
Good. You've got yourself a weapon. To use it, first hold down the R2 button to enter weapon mode. Then select the weapon you want with the directional button. After you've selected the weapon you want, let go of the R2 button to exit weapon mode. The weapon you selected should appear in your hand. To use the weapon, follow the directions displayed in the window. If you use the R1 button, you can equip your weapon more quickly. While you're barehanded, press the R1 button to equip the last weapon you used. Press the R1 button while you're holding a weapon to be barehanded again. Don't fire your gun needlessly, or you might be discovered. If you had a gun with a suppressor, it would be a different story. Snake, your mission is to... That base must have some kind of ventilation system to recirculate the air. There should be air ducts around there somewhere. They must need a lot of power to run the base. There's probably a diesel generator somewhere. And since generating electricity requires oxygen, there must be exhaust openings for that too. You're not gonna believe this, but they shot down the F-16s we were using as a diversion with a Hind D. Then we got a message from Liquid. He said if we try something like that again, he'll launch the nuke. Snake, hurry up and get in there. That Hind will be coming back soon. That base must have... That base...
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
First floor.
Running Gakko continues!
Vent covers. Button starts spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell.
Yes! Brother! Snake! It is now time for us to get good.
I think that Miller conversation is particularly interesting, and in that it reveals what the core theme of the entire series is about. Kojima says in interviews, the one thing that ties the games all together is the theme of what to pass on to the next generation. And in that call, Snake says to Miller, passing on skills to a new generation, huh? And that's the very first time you hear that being said in the series. And it's, said in many different ways throughout all the games. So it's kind of a legendary codex, I guess.
A legendary codex. A legendary warrior.
Button to drop down.
And that is the best codec call in the series right there. Press the action button to drop down.
dead children running around. It's nasty. I get the Microsoft penis analogy, yes. It's quite messed up, but I'm always open to new things. Dirty, dark, and interesting. One man's garbage is another man's treasure! Xbox One, yes. The real system, the real game players. I like that Xbox One. It's fucked up and funny a little bit too. Why does one find such a Xbox One? Yeah, Xbox One. Sounds very chauvinistic and interesting. And dark. How do I get through this area? Spoil me, Brother Vox. Yeah, I know the zombie babies are nasty as fuck, dude. If I was a chick, I'd be screaming, oh, I just fucking have it. Zombie babies! Ah! Ew, even the rat is dead. WW motherfucking F style, bitch. Stomp you to another dimension. Seriously, dude.
So good for that.
Oh, you just run. You don't even have to stomp them. You just run on them. They're dead.
Hello! Self-explosion. Would have been okay on a rail after literally all the mistakes after that happened. There were a lot of mistakes that happened. Oh god. Sorry. I'm not jiggling. Jesus, what the hell is wrong with me today? Like, I actually got the most amount of sleep I had all week last week. I actually slept for 8 hours. And I feel like I'm the most tired person in the world right now. I'm way more energetic on like less hours than I am with like 8.5 hours. I do need some stuff. Hey, I'm actually not bad. Handball. I am the Highlander. I am immortal.
Yes, he does.
I
should sleep 6 hours. You're right.
Oh, he failed. And there he is.
Ah, come on. What the hell, Gordon? That was my fault, but still, what the hell, Gordon? You're fat.
Yeah, baby.
No, that's
John is in the house.
my 2 schedules on.
My brother John, what's up, man?
Some days I sleep 6 hours, rarely I sleep 8. Some days I wake up at like a reasonable time. Other times I wake up at like 2 p.m. I'm all over the place with sleep. It probably doesn't help me at all. Unlocks. Raise your flappers. Don't raise your flappers, it's not deserving of it. Cat.
Huh, which side is it? Which side?
I also go to bed at different times every night. Those are also not threats. Do people actually still play this? The people who speedrun it do, yeah. The PC speedrunning community actually loves those FPS games a lot. So you'll see things like this, or like the old Doom games, or the old Quake games, stuff of that nature. Which is pretty awesome, because these are the best. Yay. Okay. Oh man, Klaus with the 19 boxing, bro. Thanks so much, dude. Raising Fairies chat.
Ah, yes. I decided based upon the blood. The blood was unclean, and therefore it showed he made mistakes. Thank you, brethren, Vox. Yes.
I don't.
John, brother, welcome. Your presence here is appreciated. And, as you know, we love much to hear what goes on in our life.
I know.
You're not afraid of this digital masterpiece. Oh, it's scary. Wow. We are in a purgatory type of hell. This place exists in Buffalo, New York. Similar to this. Me and Sophia went here, actually. And ironically, Sophia was the name of the person that was in love with the dead man we just saw. My oh my. It's called the Richardson Center. It's an old mental institution from the 1860s in the Buffalo, New York. Back in America's past, mental institutions had great abuses committed against their patients. Like lobotomies, where they took the brains out and shot their minds to bits.
Doc, what the hell is going on?
The good doctor will help you.
I need to figure out how to reverse this if we're going to stop him. Who? This Ruvik guy? Who the hell is he? I'm sorry, I have to find this. I can't help if you leave me in the dark, Doc. And you need me to help.
Yes!
We're working on a method. How can I
Method
explain
of
this?
madness.
It's like linking brains together.
So it'll be a lot easier to kill.
Showing everything on an electrochemical level. Emotion, memory, perception, everything. Directly. It's unprecedented. the implications on psychology, on pharmaceuticals, on consciousness itself.
Are you serious?
35
It's a
hours
fucking nightmare.
speedrun.
Well, I didn't say it was perfect. Especially not with such a
38.
unstable host.
Great. So your research partner is a psychopath. And we're all inside his head.
Not exactly, no. All of us are contributing on some level. But he's the only one with conscious influence.
You know how he thinks. What does he want?
Very much for the 11 months.
Well, it's just a theory, but
A lot of months.
I'd say he wants us dead.
What?
Nastiness.
Crazy.
Nastiness.
Doctor?
Okay. No, it don't come back. It's so hard to decide when, like, all I've had the past month is fast food. So everything is, like, the same now. So when I say I don't care, I, like, actually don't.
Yeah. Oh, it is a fucking nightmare.
No. I'm an idiot! Fuck. I'm way back here. I'm so dumb. Whatever. It needs some touch-ups, favorite, so I removed it for the time being. It should be back soon. Just a little fur fairy. Yeah.
What freak of nature is that? What evil is this? What manner of sorcery is this?
No.
You ain't no assassin.
Doesn't get any bigger. Right. I get it. I'll just shorter people every time. Yeah, I'm serious. Actually.
Oh, I never knew I could press X to recover stamina more quickly. I'll make use of such sorcery to advantage.
Don't say it. Does that work? Not the word colon, but the entire Hi, Doggers. You ready to get banned? Good. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what it is. I'm just gonna straight up the agreement after this.
Burn, baby, burn, dun, 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 dun. Burn, baby, burn. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Detective Castellanos.
Was that someone else's
No, Doggers,
memories?
you shouldn't. Because I don't remember what it is. Damn, I didn't need that armor. Hello. I don't want to order it. I will. I think they're, yeah, they're all pretty late. Yeah. Yeah. I'll make sure they ring the doorbell. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna do after this is a Doom 2 run. That'll probably be moving for today. But you'll both be awake still. Oh yeah.
You
my
were
dad
moaning
made it
in your
along really
sleep.
well.
Have a bad dream?
That's a sign of the beast, I see.
Wait, what? Oh.
Fire! Fire! Poop shoot.
Did I get 100%?
Let go of me! Let go of me!
Why not?
No.
Why are you giving up on
Not that way. No, not that way.
Now you're just thinking you're hard of hearing. I got a pizza. Pizza's the best, man. That's all you need. Up here. It's a vegetable. Eat it healthy. Yeah, my sister. Yeah, that's
Let go of me! Let go of me!
I get it. Borderlands 2 though, after I beat the first time on the stupid joke.
Yes!
Good enough, let's go. Bye. I love you more. The contest, I'm winning.
Shakalaka.
I love you more contest, I hope I know. Nah, today's gonna be 6 hours of a stream.
Let go of me! Let go of me!
After this, I'm gonna do Doom 2, and that'll be me for Doom. Again? Damn it, I hate to stop sitting on the door for so long. Well, at least I have no chance of dying. That's good. Even though to be honest, 6 hours isn't really short. It's of above average length. And making it sound like I'm talking about peanut sizes. Great. Short streams I consider like three or 4 hours.
1,000 needed.
Kill today. That's the only reason I don't do it. Otherwise, I would go ham. Like I had been before yesterday when I took the day off for family dinner. Yes, I am Dogger. So I do stream for like 30 minutes on average. But yeah, your streams are super short. I play platformers. I speedrun Super Meat Boy, that's a platformer. Whatever, dog rooms, don't lie to me. You liar. Man, you need to find more hype games to play if you get bored that fast, Hysteria. Oh, my stupid You guys can hear a squeaking noise in the background. That's my space heater. It has issues. It keeps making really loud squeaking noises sometimes. And I'm worried that it's about to blow up. Do you guys hear that at all? I don't know if you can hear that at all. Still in a dream. Space heater. I think it's, I don't know actually. I think it's a little basic. It has a fan on it. Plug into my wall.
Yeah, brother.
Or might have an oil in it or something. No, it's really annoying. I need to go over there and get it really soon before I go crazy. It's doing it more and more often. I might just Amazon Prime the space heater.
Hold up, buddy.
Tonight. They're actually pretty cheap. I looked up space heaters on Amazon and you can get one for like $70. It's pretty good, I think. And yeah, I can get it Amazon Prime if I have it. On like Thursday. I just don't know how reliable the Honeywell space heaters are. If anyone can tell me, let me know. Yeah, he doesn't always. I don't know what that song is, so no, I can't sing it. Sounds like there's a million crickets in my room. Oh, Boston, what's up, dude? Oh, I broke my satchel charge. Well, I won't have satchels for the rest of the run. That's okay then. Do you, Martin? That's good for now.
It can be easy at times for memories to be distorted by others. That is why they must be cherished.
Dude, that's totally understandable, Martin. Good to see you again, bro.
Let go of me! Let go of me! No, not that way. Let go of me! Let go of me! Let go of me! Let go of me!
Never let go.
I mean, not perfect, but perfect anyways.
Let go of me! Let go of me!
I just sent me some birthday wishes.
See you, man.
Hello, mate.
No, dog room for
Let go of me! Let go of me! No, not that way. No. Let go of me! Let go of me! No, not that way.
No, no.
No, not that way.
Oops. Man, so good.
No, not that way. that way. No.
What's the world record for this?
Let go of me! Let go of me!
Yeah, 34.
Fucking way does this douche want to go?
That's gonna work. Oh, the spray thing, so good.
Let go of me! Let go of me! No, not that way.
Continued support, man. Please raise your fairies for me.
No,
Really
not
appreciate
that
your support, dude. Thank you so much. Thank God now. Not even a little bit.
You look as if you'd seen a ghost.
Hey, you fucking think?
I always default to Santa Baby when someone asks. I don't know why.
Miracle showering gun, motherfucker! Kill that bird and eat it.
So crappy.
No, that's my meow, meow, meow. Yeah, you ain't no Assassin's Creed.
Not really. Well, I'm gonna go slap my face either. There. That's better. Big boss.
I've seen that house somewhere.
Hey, boss, what's up, big boss? Welcome to the back of the gate, dude. Thank you so much for the support. Please,
I've seen this house.
Never been here before, but
I am a little worried about this thing blowing up. It's super old. Like, my dad, space heater my dad used to use to drive tanks in July. Black and Decker space heater. It's at least like 10 years old. It's super old. It was a very, very old space heater. Alright, I'm gonna do a run of Doom too. And that'll probably be it for me today. But don't worry, tomorrow, after party and all that good stuff. Trainwreck Part 3. Do this.
hey, stop, damn it! Now what?
Black and Decker space heater. It's gonna blow up. Yeah, it's a paint heater. But it works for my room pretty damn nicely. I can make it uncomfortably hot in here with this. Pretty good. I should probably buy a new one. I don't know if I trust this one anymore. Feels like it's gonna blow up and burn my room down in a second. And obviously that's the last thing I want. I don't want everything to be on fire. Man, it's like my third stream day in a row that I can do. It's fucking sick. I had a live stream, there's actually a lot of tutorials online on how to stream.
Also use OBS, that's game software, especially for online. It's free. It's free, baby, free.
Now what?
There we go.
Yes, brother.
Sure, like what? Alright, quality.
Let us scour everything before we make assumptions.
Onward to victory! Onward to victory!
I died just hearing you say that. You must go now? Are you forbidden to watch such evil? I will miss you, my friend. The world shall miss you.
OCD boys. Pretenders not there. Calm down.
Yes.
Actually, I'm sorry.
Now what?
I used to be good at it. I just haven't played anymore yet. Time.
Fat pal! Yeah, baby.
No, that's a mean game, dog. I don't want to play that. I used to. I don't really anymore. Toho is the bullet hell game. Series of games, rather. Because you like the dogger thing. Don't split height. In there. There we go. Making some bad mistakes. What we got there? The red supposed to be down.
Now what?
No. Continue. I
tried wiggling the mouse with straps. Not actually, but I believe. Fancy lady! Thank you very much for months. Thank you very much for 3 months, Fancy lady. I really appreciate the continued support. Raise your fairies, chat. I forgot to push the damn button again. For a second time. Wow,
I knew it.
whatever, I don't need help, I got this.
Don't you think you should use your green gel?
I need help. I need help. Oh, right, I saved it there. That was actually smart of me. Excellent. I hate to change on this. Oh no! I hate myself. I was in the space. There we go. In there. Here's the time loss in this thing.
Ah.
When I face CPU gamer. Dude, it's still sub-hype, it's still hype. Why the hell is there still a chain gunner shooting at me? More than half a year? Oh shit. That's true as well, Cassie lady. No! Fuck. Yeah, Twitch is like resub things wonky. If you don't like do anything with it for 14 days, then it just like resets itself. That's a good point. I forgot about that. Like, it gives you 14 days to resub and then it just goes back to 0. It's kind of lame, actually. Kind of super lame. I want this armor. That's why I did that. That was the sole purpose of me going that way, getting that armor. Dominated Lost Soul. Absolutely dominated.
Hello? Hello? Hey, what's up? Is this Soldier? Hey, this is Namlala. Good to hear from you. Sorry, my iPod Touch is low on memory, so it actually crashed the app and forwarded it to my cell phone. So, what's up, man? Oh, with Twitch, you mean? Yeah, I mean, I think about it all the time. I think some of the requirements they have, I'm yet to meet. But in the meanwhile, I'm trying to save up between paying back some school debt, trying to save up to get a stronger computer to stream off of, so I can use OBS. You know, and OBS will give me the ability to do follower alerts and those kind of things. You know. You were saying you needed some help with your math homework and stuff like that. I'm sorry to hear that, man. You mind if I ask who it was? Oh, well, I hope you're alright. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, cool. Now, I hope you're feeling okay, man. I had a couple people, loved ones, die recently, so it can be really hard to deal with that. I hope you feel better, man. Seriously, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Well, if you need help with your homework or something like that, you know, you can... Say that again? I can't hear you clearly. I can't hear you very clearly. Can you say that again? Yeah, for sure. You should. Yeah, I can help you out with that. My first degree was in mathematics. Say what again? Anything, something catchy, but deep. You know what I mean by deep? Something deep, because I'm an old guy, alright? I'm an older guy. I'm not old, but I'm like, compared to you, you're a kid, no offense to you being a kid. I'm pretty old. And I see the world very deeply because I've traveled all over the world. You know, I've helped people out and stuff like that. I'm a research doctor and shit like that, so I want to look deep as I am. So anything you think is deep or philosophical looking or sophisticated, something that combines kind of ancient stuff like Egyptian stuff, you know, or like futuristic looking technological stuff, anything of that style, like you see on DeviantArt, you know, that DeviantArt website, that DeviantArt, yeah, DeviantArt is like it has screensavers and stuff like that made by professional artists. You can Google it if you ever have the chance. You probably already seen art. Yeah, Deviant, D-E-V-I-A-N-T, DeviantArt. It's not like a dirty website or anything crazy like that. It's just a simple, like a screensaver and like art website where people post like really intricate digital art. You can use it as backgrounds on your computer. Yeah, you've probably seen it before. What grade are you in, if you don't mind me asking? 8th grade? Okay, cool. I was teaching 8th grade like 2 days ago. Yeah, no, I substitute teach math and science mostly. Yeah, no, I remember 8th grade still. A lot of good memories. So, if you have any kind of like link from the internet of the kind of mathematics that you're going over, because I don't know where you are, what state you are. I don't want to ask you too much personal information or anything. That can kind of give me a heads up on what to help you out with, so I can go over it myself. You know what I mean? If you don't have to do it right now, but like when the time comes, if you really need some help with something, you know, just before you ask me to do that for you, just send me a link on the internet of the topics, you know, or the title of the chapters at least of what you're covering on Skype, and then that way I can kind of prepare and help you understand the things a little bit more simply. No problem. It's my pleasure. I do it. It's what I do for a living outside of research. I mean, I'm not going to be doing teaching forever. You know, it's what pays the bills right now, but it's what I have most experience in. I used to be a teacher in Japan before I was even a teacher here. So, it's my pleasure to help you out. Yeah, I do know Japanese. I'm a little bit more than half fluent in Japanese. I actually had a job interview in Japanese for a Tokyo company. No, it's actually it's like a trading company. It's a pretty famous trading and consultant type of company. Yeah, so say that again? I can't hear you clearly. Sorry. Say again? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, if you ever wonder about that, you can just go to Facebook, and I made the pictures public on the internet because I knew that people would always like doubt, like when you make those kind of crazy claims, like, oh, I went to an area with radiation and tried to help out the best I could. People will often think, ah, bullshit, because everything you read on the internet these days is lies. That's how World War I was started, by the internet, right? Joke, PlayStation joke, commercial joke. So if you go to if you type Namulawa on the internet, and my first name is Robert, you'll notice the pictures for Fukushima. They're written in Japanese, like Chinese-looking characters. Click on them, and you can see me wearing a hard hat, a white hard hat, you know, helping out people in Fukushima and stuff. You know, I was there only for like a little less than a week, about 5, 6 days, and I went to 2 different areas. The one I spent the most time was considered the death zone, called Minami Soma, which in English is South Soma, Soma. And I helped people decide on how to split their families. So like say you're 8th grade, I helped the family with a kid who was like maybe 4th grade. They had to send their child away to a city far away, which is Tokyo, with a aunt and uncle. But they couldn't go themselves because they didn't have much money to begin with. So they had to sadly split their family. Yeah, but the thing is, they had to do it or the kid would get cancer for sure, if not already, because the kid was already living 3 months in radiation-peppered disaster. But at least this would like lower the chances of the kid getting cancer or more severe cancer than you'd otherwise get. So I talked to them in English. Go ahead. Sorry. The chances of an older person, the chances of an older person getting cancer from radiation is a lot lower. But when you're still growing up and you're young, your body's more sensitive, right? Your brain, your body, everything's so sensitive. That's why you go to school every day and learn while you're young, versus when you're an old man. And your body is also more weak to getting damaged by radiation, DNA damage. And whenever something causes DNA damage, it increases your chances of getting cancer. So basically, you know, without getting into too many scientific details, I explain to parents that it really sucks, but they really have to send their little boy who was probably around 7 years old, 7 or 10 years old. Yeah, the younger the worse. The younger the worse. I told them you gotta, like, they spoke a little bit of English. My Japanese isn't perfect, but I told them in very slow and easy to understand English, you need to send your son away from here as soon as possible. Even if it hurts your own feelings, you gotta do it to protect the chances of your child's survival. An adult can survive a lot more radiation, and a lot of the radiation in that area is from water and dust. So if you take a shower and you wear a kind of face mask, you can kind of protect yourself. But like someone like a child, their body is just a lot more vulnerable. Like, you know, even yourself being an 8th grader, you know, or say even me, even myself, say compared to like my mom who's like really old, like almost a grandmother's age. So Yeah, the immune system, the immune system's important, but something like age, like a young person's body reproduces new cells really quickly. And the more often that someone's cells undergo reproduction, the more damage they get from radiation. So the younger someone is, the more damage they get from the radiation every time their skin cells or some cell in their body splits. You know, and since that radiation's in the water, you know, and partially in the air, you know, it's all over your body. You can wash it off your skin, you know, but still, it's still going through your body. So you gotta, you know, lessen your exposure. It's different than poison. You know what I mean? So, I didn't explain to them the scientific details and talk their head off like I'm talking your head off, but I very sternly told them, like, I'm sorry, but you really have to separate your family. You need to do this to protect your child. You know, in the simplest terms. So somebody told me about that because I was doing my master's degree at a cancer hospital. So before I went to, you know, that part of Japan where I used to be a school teacher, I actually talked to Homeland Security officer at the cancer hospital, who's a specialist in radiation safety. His name is Richard Harvey, Harvey. You can look him up on Google. You can see Roswell Park. And so Richard Harvey, he's the guy that, you know, has a PhD, he's a doctor of radiation safety, and I talked to him for hours extensively for professional advice on how to protect myself and advise others in, you know, being safe from radiation. I also got some advice from some Japanese scientists who are physicists, physicists specializing in things like, you know, radiation or biology, and a theoretical physicist and a biophysicist who are close to my family. And then also I took 2 classes that had a lot of material related to radiation biology. One from a somewhat well-known professor named Robert Bayer. Dr. Bayer is spelled B-A-I-R-E. Or, yeah, I think that's what it is spelled, yeah. And another one from a Chinese professor, I can't remember the name, Dr. Chen or Cheng or something. And she's a female physicist, medical physicist, who taught radiation biology for medical scientists who go to hospitals and make sure that the X-ray machines and related CT machines aren't damaging your body by doing too high a setting. You know, so like I took some classes in medical college and the hospital about radiation damage to the body, the organs, and I also got advice from, you know, top research scientists and a Homeland Security officer who himself is a scientist at the cancer hospital before I went to Japan to help out with people outside of my own personal study, you know, on a professional level. So this way I was always sure when I told people, I never had to think twice about what I was telling them. So they didn't have to feel scared. They didn't have to be unsure about my advice. They could just listen to me and get it done with. You know, they didn't have to question. They didn't have to question, like, oh, I have to ask my husband, because they're not really sure if that's the right thing I should do. They could tell by my confidence and the research I did from my own education and from professionals I know that, hey, this guy Namuala, he knows his shit. We better just do it. Let's not ask questions. You know, we could ask questions if we're alive in the future, or our son, you know, has a better chance of surviving. So they just do it instead of wasting the time and dying slowly. So, you know, and I met a lot of different people there. Some of the people I stay in touch with, you know, through Facebook and stuff. But yeah, they're Japanese people from either Fukushima or they volunteered with me in Fukushima. I was a school teacher half an hour away from Fukushima Prefecture, and my school was only 1 hour driving away from the nuclear power plants, the two of them that blew up. So I had a lot of emotional connection with kids that are being affected. I cried when I heard about that, because I really understood, you know, medically what happens to somebody being damaged that way. You know, it often leads to cancer, you know, in the long term. So, you know, having that thought, I said, you know, I'm going to go help out for at least my children, you know, my students. And they love me a lot. They made my life in Japan like wonderful. Not that American kids are bad. I mean, they are kind of bad. I was a bad kid. But, you know, these kids in Asia, they like treat teachers like a god. So the least I could do is treat them equally good back, right? So, yeah, I let their classmates know that I helped out. You know, I let their teachers know. And I went there and I took some special medicine to help protect me from, you know, damage of some of the radioactive chemicals. You know, iodine, potassium iodine protects your thyroid. Sorry. I can, yeah, that you're talking about that's called a Geiger counter. I've used a Geiger counter. Yeah, I used a Geiger counter before at the cancer hospital for doing research, bio research on chemicals and DNA. I used it before for cleaning up radiation in the laboratory, actually cleaning it up. But I didn't have the money to buy myself a Geiger counter, so what I bought was a digital doser. You know what dose is, like how much you receive of something? So I bought a digital radiation doser, which just last year ran out of batteries. But in 2011, you know, it was full power, and it would tell me if my body was being exposed to too much radiation in a certain amount of time, of days or weeks. And for the time that I was in Fukushima, it actually ended up beeping by the time I left there, meaning that I was at the limit and I should leave. And I went to go visit my family friend who I used to date in college, and it was really funny because the little machine, it looks like a stopwatch, but it beeps like crazy. So it started beeping when I was at her house, her apartment with her and her sister, sleeping over, you know, because I hadn't seen them since I was in college, like, God, almost 10 years ago. And they were like kind of screaming like, "Oh my God, you brought the radiation here!" And I didn't bring the radiation with me really because I showered a lot and I washed my clothes a lot to make sure that all the radiation particles